now he made one about Chronicles. Let's talk about the best for a second. Come on now, boy.
Hello everybody, my name is Bricky.
Come on now.
I'm away from a Panzer Soldat because I ran out of ammo. Do not test me, I will cry. Call of Duty Zombies is a game mode that is near and dear to my heart. As a young lad, my eyes were just as wide as everyone else's when I found out there was a secret survival mode once you finish the World at War campaign. Looking back on it, it's quite humorous how just an additional mode they added on turned into such an incredibly large phenomenon.
Any wide eyes in
when
chat?
I played Fortnite survival mode,
what?
And then you just kind of threw in a BR as an afterthought. And now, fuck. But
Isn't that so true, chat? I can agree with it because I was one of the few people that actually knew about Fortnite pre-Battle Royale and bought the game for the Save the World mode. What even is the Save the World mode now, bro? I don't even know what the fuck that shit is, man. This shit's criminal.
I want to talk about what I deem to be the strongest Call of Duty Zombies experience currently on the market. That would pit up to 4 players in a small arena fighting endless waves of zombies until death. Killing these zombies would earn the players points, which they could use to either unlock other parts of the map or purchase new weapons. The players were restricted to just one area as well. It's a holdout more than anything. You can board up windows or trap areas, but overall you just fight until you die.
World at War maps on World at War or Chronicles. You tell me, gamers. You tell me, because literally I want to do these maps again, but I don't know if I should do them on World at War or Chronicles. I don't know.
This was expanded on over the years to allow for upgrades, customization, and even storylines, which we all still call Easter eggs, when in reality it's basically an entire raid. Call of Duty Zombies has evolved.
It's like a Destiny 2
raid.
raid.
Some say for the better,
except
some
not
say for
as
the worse.
cooperative, which I wish it would have
the glory days of Zombies was World at War, where it was more horror than action.
What were the glory days of Zombies for you, chat? Without a doubt for me, BO3. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. BO3. But I also enjoyed the BO1 days. BO2 was a fucking nightmare for your boy. I'll never say BO2. BO3 was great.
And it was about grit, wit, and survival. I appreciate these ideas, but disagree. Through the ups and downs of the Zombies formula, one thing has always been consistent: player choice. See, where I think Zombies truly lost their way was when Black Ops 4 came around. The god-awful UI was certainly a part of it. I have to mention that every time I talk about Black Ops 4 Zombies because just, Jesus Christ, that UI. But throughout all the prior games, the one thing that Zombies did well was to allow players the choice to take part in the additional mechanics. If you wanted Zombies to be as bare bones and stripped down as good old Noct, it was an option for you. Often, the maps
I've even forgot when you play World at War, literally you saw it there, the ammo counter would disappear because it was like, they thought that was too much information. All they would have was your points and your round number and your perks. Like, man, what happened?
Aggravating were the maps that forced you to take part in mechanics you didn't want to deal with. Shangri-La is a map I despise. That's because of the random
Me too. Shangri-La round 100, no megalo.
Annoying traps, monkeys taking my stuff, and the god-awful special zombies. Another example for me would be Die Rise. The Die Rise elevators are something I'm going to have to constantly. This can be translated even to maps I enjoy, however. I actually really like Call of the Dead, but I'd be lying if I said George Romero, rest in peace, was a good mechanic to deal with.
07.
There are exceptions to this rule, however. Some maps are just so incredibly well made that they transcend any annoyances you might have with their base functionality. Mob of the Dead is a great example of that. The Afterlife system is perfectly fine because it serves a decently interesting function and is used to help traverse. The map is designed
it's also so perfectly integrated.
Goddamn looks too good for it to truly be a problem. Once you get to Black Ops 4 though, you're practically forced to deal with the bombardment of shit thrown at you. Whether it's the insane amount of special zombies, the way you get power, or sometimes even just moving through.
Blood of the Dead. I'm never going back to Blood now. I can relax. I can clap. I can be thankful that I'm gonna be alive tomorrow and not have to play Blood of the Dead. Can I get an amen in
the
the
map.
chat?
It feels like
Oh
Roblox
my gosh.
after Roblox
Yes,
after
sir.
Roblox. That prior
Yes,
maps were
sir.
considered rather easy to handle. Now, on the flip side, you have Cold War. Now, Cold War completely changed the Zombies formula in more ways than I
Chat.
even have time to explain.
Where would Cold War rank in terms of your zombies games? Honestly, I look at it more and more. Cold War is literally one of my top 5 favorite zombie games. 100%. 100%. It's top 5. Easily. It's in the top 5. I think people hate on the game too much. It is a very good game. I wouldn't even say it's mid. It's better than mid. You know? It is a very good game. So, I think for me it's top 5. Especially when we're seeing what we're getting with Vanguard. It's like, how do we go from a top 5 game to Vanguard?
I did make a video
I don't
on
know,
it, though,
boy.
in case you'd like to check it out. Though in Cold War's
Good,
world,
but with no
the extra
personality, I agree.
craziness comes from the out-of-the-game upgrades.
Yeah.
The gameplay is very bare bones and rather simple. You don't go much farther than perks, power, and pap. But upgrading weapons, perks,
Lads, one in the
abilities,
chat
and
is
all
love if
that
you want me
is
to go back
way
to Cold
more
War. I feel like I've done a bunch of
Cold
Cold War
Zombies,
content
while
already,
fun,
but
almost isn't something I want to look at right now when talking about a normal zombies experience.
But I agree.
From what
I
I've
agree
said
with that
before,
point
I firmly
hardcore.
believe that the best, the strongest
how many times have you guys seen this loading screen?
zombies experience
Put the number.
is
For
Call of
me,
Duty Black
oh,
Ops
man,
3.
like
Black Ops 3 as a
10,000
game
at
came
least.
around at an interesting
10,000.
time. It followed Advanced Warfare,
My
the first real
gosh.
future COD, and went even farther, creating specialists, wall running, and overall making a formula that the community would come
Man,
to
I
hate, but
miss
I
BO3.
rather enjoyed. On the zombie
Dude,
side of it,
all the campaigns and all the content and all the trailers for BO3, oh my god, chat. Really makes a man nut.
however, it launched with 2 maps,
Makes
Shadows of
a
Evil
man
and a remake of the
nut.
World at War map, because I'm giving up on the German, The Giant. The Giant was the most popular World at War map because it was
Sir-
both the final one and had the most depth to it. So people played the shit out of it because Shadows of Evil wasn't particularly loved on launch for the
Yeah.
same reasons I mentioned before. Shadows required a lot
Motherfuckers
from
were
a new
stupid
player.
as
It
fuck,
was
that's
incredibly
why.
unfriendly to anyone starting
But
out
yeah,
and to casual players
starting
alike.
out on
In
this
order
map
to turn on
was a
power, for
nightmare.
example, you had to go through a Lovecraftian transformation at certain altars on the map that could therefore turn on those power stations
Oh no,
specifically.
my
and
man
not for
is
the
not efficient with the chat. He missed the perk machine, he missed the box.
entire map, and getting pack
Oh
punch
no,
involved.
where he
meant
going?
running around grabbing special items in that Lovecraft mode.
Where'd that
with special
motherfucker going?
sacrifices, and it was just a bunch of craziness. Very
Deviation
complicated
Games just
for
uploaded
someone
video?
just getting into it. But with
Chat, should we watch it after this video? One in the chat. I'll watch it
time
after this
and
video.
practice, players started to really enjoy Shadows of Evil. Because if there is one way to get players to play your game, it is to make your shit look good. And Shadows of Evil
gaming.
looks damn good.
Looks
Roaring
actually
20s
nuts.
Lovecraftian? Are you kidding me? Once
Are
you
you out of your
understood setup,
mind?
it became second nature. And then that's when it opened up a whole new layer of upgrades.
Yes,
See,
sir.
once setup is complete, you could gladly just stop there. If you wanted to survive as long as possible, old zombie style, you could. But if you wanted to go harder, grabbing the special weapon, the sword, the civil protectors, and more,
That's what I
the
love.
option
It catered
was
to
always available to
everybody.
you.
The
Then we move over to
hardcore
first
and the
DLC,
fucking donkeys.
Der Eisendrache. God, I fucking
Der-
hate German.
Der
Which is considered to be a top 5 zombies map of all time. I'm in agreement too. This map is stellar. Unlike Shadows, setup is actually really easy. If you
Yeah.
want to turn on power, you open doors until you got to the switch. If you want to pack a punch, all you had to do was
click
press
two
X
parts
on, like,
gaming.
2 locations, and boom, you had that too. It was actually trivial how easy it was to set up. And like I said before, if you wanted to call it there, you absolutely
They should have just
could.
added an extra
Survive the
upgrade.
longest you can. But throw in the Ragnarok,
Maybe,
feed the
just more
dragons
of
with a
PC
bow,
optimized?
upgrade the
Yeah,
bow
maybe.
in a myriad of crazy ways, and now you had something to do. Also, Wolf Bow, Best Bow. Zetsubo comes
Whoa.
next. Now, Zetsubo no Shima is the
Controversial
least
take.
liked map of Black Ops 3, and it completely relates to something I mentioned earlier. Zetsubo is absolutely
Chad, Zetsubo's grown on me. I fucking love Zetsubo. I still love it more than literally all the other maps in like a lot of other games. So
agony
I
to
fucking
set
love
up,
Zetsubo so bad.
especially if you're solo.
It
I feel
grew
like
on
that is
me.
actually not
That's a
too
pun right
bad
there.
and can be
Come and
pretty
kiss
good
me,
with
chat.
around 3 to 4 people.
Come and
But the
kiss me.
solo experience is pure
Kiss a
fucking
homie in the
torture,
chat,
which is
man.
disappointing. Because
I will
once
kiss
you
a
are
homie
set up,
on the
I think
plants
Sensible
on
can be
Sensible
pleasurable just because of its setting.
That's
It's
not even
actually
lying.
really
That's
unnerving.
not even me
The
lying
body
right there, bro.
horror, the spiders, the oppressive atmosphere, plus the Skull of Nonsapwa might be the coolest wonder weapon out there. But it has that
Except for
negative
the water
connotation to
staff
it
and the
because
fire
this setup is so difficult. However, Gorod Krovi, I'm not much better at Russian either, comes next, and this is my third favorite map of all time. It shares similarities
Let's go,
with
man!
the fucking Germans because setup
GK
involves
loving
doors,
it.
then power
Tap,
punch.
man.
And Pack-a-Punch requires you to go to 3 locations. However, it's
My
more
heart
in
goes
line
out
with
to all.
Shadows of the Giant,
My
where you
heart
need to
goes out to
defend
all,
little
chat.
pods from damage multiple times, so you
My
can
heart
travel
goes
on
out
a
to all.
goddamn dragon to the area you can Pack-a-Punch in.
Fucking
This map is just
love the
pure,
representation of
unadulterated,
GK right
fuck
here,
you, there's dragons now, we don't give a shit, and I love every second of it. Revelations is a map I like, and The Gift is a top-tier zombie
Even
song,
Rev is a good
but going
map, chat.
deeper
We
into it,
just
I
played
feel
it,
like it's
bro.
just repeating myself at this point. The
Yes, sir.
formula is consistent across all the maps,
It
even the
is.
ones that aren't as
Even
light,
though it's
such
very
as Sensible.
different. There
This
is a
compounded
consistent
by the
formula.
concept that there are 3 types of zombie players:
Yeah.
casual, average, and hardcore. Casual players want to get power and pack a punch and then go for rounds. They
That's
will
it.
live as long as they can and don't particularly care if they end up going super far. They're there for the experience alone.
That's a very
Average
good point.
players, such as myself, will do that, but then go for the upgrades and normally
Maybe
die trying.
Easter egg.
The bows and fucky German words, the stabs and origins. We won't get them all, but we'll work on getting them in the upgrades until
Or
we
you do the
eventually die.
Easter egg, right?
Hardcore players are going for Easter eggs.
Oh,
they want to
oh,
complete
interesting.
that raid whether solo or with friends because Cold
Right.
War is the only Easter egg you played. Brother, you have seen nothing. Cold War Easter eggs are
Oh, that's so fucking truth. All you know is Cold War, bruh. Man, I hope you tried BO4, tried doing an Easter egg on that game, bro.
chump change compared to the absolute
Oh,
shit
it's so
that is
true.
Gorod Krovi.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. Because drunk Russian Nikolai in a giant Soviet mech
is
fighting a
worth it.
gigantic Nazi dragon with his time-traveled younger self while the Soviet national anthem blares in the background is an experience I will never forget. Black Ops
Yeah.
3 caters to all 3 of those players.
Yes, it does.
Where Black Ops 4 caters to only the 2 latter, and the prior games,
Yeah.
mostly minus some Black Ops 2 maps, cater only to the 2 former. This game
Very
hits a
interesting
perfect balance
point.
at making sure that every player feels at home with the preferred style of gameplay.
Which is why
and
everyone loves
pulled
it.
off
Which is why I love it,
masterfully.
man.
I really enjoy horde-based shooters and horde game modes. I wish
What
Killing
the
Floor
fuck
2
is
wasn't so
this?
weird to play
Oh,
sometimes, and I
Killing
wish I
Floor
liked
2.
Vermintide more. But for now, loading up Black Ops 3 is a feeling I can get behind even after all these
Every
years. There's also the
single
fact that they
time,
remastered
man.
basically every OG character map on it as well. But I didn't want to mention that because that felt kind of like cheating. People have never played zombies before, and they ask me which game is the definitive zombies experience, and my answer will always be
every single
Black Ops
time.
3 because it caters to every kind of player.
Hey, boys,
it has
one
a
in the chat if you
wonderful
love
selection of
Kowloon on,
maps,
Zombies
a
Chronicles.
fantastic grip
was my favorite
on
map.
art direction,
That was my favorite map.
and you get all the old maps because why the hell not? I
Yeah.
would look for a discount or find a code somewhere though, because they still
Hey,
charge
dude,
laughably high
damn,
for it.
$100 for every zombies map. Chat, is it worth? In 2021, I would say no, but I would say no. Maybe I would get it $60 separate on Steam. I would say though, buying the game outright though is hella worth, because if you just buy the game outright, you get customs, and that is more content than you can ever imagine. And it's arguably some custom maps are better than IRL BO3 maps. Like Leviathan could easily be a BO3 DLC. Like, you know what I mean? It just could be. So it's
Steam.
free on PS5.
Cold War isn't bad,
There you go,
but
bro.
it certainly doesn't have that grip on the formula that Black Ops 3 does.
So I would say,
and it's something
the only reason I would go for the Steam purchase though, chat, is for customs.
in
Yep.
2021, which
Yep.
is a testament to how good the game mode is.
Yep.
Thank you everyone
Almost
so much
5
for
years
watching.
later.
I'm still
That's a
recovering
great-
from
that's a
strep
great
throat,
point. That's a great
but
point.
I
Another
should be totally
great video by Bricky, chat.